Hey everybody, and welcome back to How to Draw Pokemons. Today we're going to be drawing Pokemon's number 4, Charmander. Okay, when Pokemons was first come out, this is what Charmander looked like. Okay, in the Japanese version and in the other words version. These are pretty good sprites compared to some of the other ones. Alright, so for many of us, our first Pokemon choice was between Charmander, Bambalor, and Squirtle. Okay, so these Pokemons were created by Atsuko Nishida. Okay, she's a woman in gaming. All right, she developed a lot of the cute Pokemons, but all these cool Pokemons. All right, so if you're a little girl and you think I cannot be a woman in gaming because it's just for boys, no, you're wrong. This lady, she created the most recognizable character of the highest grossing media franchise of ever, Pikachu. Okay? And so you can see Asuka Nishida, she's been surgically altered to more closely resemble her prize creation, Pinchiku, but she's kept her human arms. Okay, so she has 2 sets of arms, much like the original Strong Boy Pokemon himself, Manchip. Okay, so before we learn how to draw Charmander, we're gonna need to learn a little bit about him. Okay, so let's look at the Pokedex Pokemon Encyclopedia. Obviously, he prefers hot places. Obviously, when it rains, steam is said to come sprout from the tip of its tail. That's because the water cycle, people. That's science. Okay, when flame burns, you can hear it. So if it's real quiet, you can hear this flame burning. Okay, and flame shows the strength of its life force, indicates life force. Okay, if it's healthy, it will burn vigorously, even if it gets a little bit wet, just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Flame burns indicates the motion. Flame to the tail. Okay, its life would end if it were to go out. Okay, so we're gonna look at a graph here. Okay, so you can see here, if you get your Charmander wet, you're gonna have a bad time. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, so it likes hot things. Born, flame, tail, it's hot. Strength of its life force, hot. Tail, whatever. Okay, some like it hot. Charmander is one of them. All right, Pokemons do battle. We all know this. Okay, we're gonna look Changeldor. How does he battle? He can growl. He can scratch. He's got, look at this. Look at these. He's got claws, all right, or at least pointy fingers, okay, for scratching. They get you. They're gonna get you, all right. He can make fire, little fire at first. It gets big fire, lots of big fire later. He makes smoke, so you can't see him. He can do the breath of a dragon, okay. So he's not a dragon though. He's not a dragon, but he can do the breath of a dragon. Don't ask. Fire Fang, sharp teeth. Look, he's got teeth. He sets them on fire. Okay. So yeah, one day Atsuko Nishida, she had this idea. She said, I have this idea for Pokemons. A lizard. Set it on fire. Okay, so he's got Slash. He does that with his claws or sharp fingers. Flamethrower, that's fire from the mouth. Scary Face, look at him. He looks nice, but he might try to scare you. Okay, so watch out. Fire Spin, that's fire. Inferno, fire. Flare Blitz, a lot of fire. Okay, so basically he could yell at you, he can cut you, or he's gonna set you on fire. Okay, so we want to learn how to draw this little pyromaniac. Okay, so we need to learn his shapes. Okay, so look at this guy. Look at these shapes. I got the shapes here. We're gonna redraw them. We're gonna show you how to draw these shapes. All right. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna erase the shapes. All right. Boop boop boop. All right. Look here. You get a blue. All right. Look at this guy. He's got a head. It's kind of an oval. It's kind of a capsule, kind of oval there. But he's got a little beak. Look at this. I'm gonna show you his little beak. Okay. Charmander, he's got a little beak, okay? And that's can be hard to draw from the front sometimes, but we've got a little bit of an angle. It's gonna just pop out a little bit here. You can see his little mouth here. Boop, a little bit extra head there. All right, that's his head. All right, not so bad. Look at that. All right, his body is kind of an oval. Let's try that again. A little ovular there. Draw a big oval. Okay, cut in the back a little bit, just like Bagel Gore. All right, and we got some kind of a weird, kind of bendy oval here. We got a big kind of weird ovular shape here. Look at his tail. Look at his tail. It's a sharp tube. Okay, look at that. That's the tube. Look at these arms too. These are tubic. Okay, look at that. A little bit of arm with some sharp fingers coming out. What are we all if not just a series of tubes? Okay, so look at this. Look at this Charmander. He's three-dimensional. Okay, don't forget that. It's not two-dimensional. It's a living, breathing, on fire lizard. Okay, and he breathes fire too. Right? Look at that. Look, you can see he's got depth. He needs depth to be alive. All right. So now that we know that, we're going to learn how to draw Charmander. Okay. So let's get our references. Get you out of the way. All right. And get out of here. And let's begin. Okay, so we're going to start with just a simple circle, all right? Just a simple circle for the Charmander head, okay? So I'm going to add a little geometry there, okay? So now we're going to get his little beak coming out, okay? That little Chapel Store beak, okay? He's gonna have some nice big old eyes because he's a happy little lizard boy that's on fire, all right? So we're going to get these eyes drawn in here, round off the top of that head. There's little nostrils in there. Little mouth. He's going to be doing a nice big smiley open mouth. Get working on that chin. Kind of start connecting that head to get where we want that body to be. All right, because he's not quite a thick boy, but you could consider him as such. All right. Now this is the weird part right here. We're trying to get this, figure out how long and the shape of the body in relation to the head. Okay? So it's that weird kind of ovular shape with the back cut out. So we're just gonna keep kind of sculpting on it until we get a shape that we like. Right? Kind of rounding off the bottom a little bit. It was kind of too square before. All right, we're getting more to something I like. All right, let's get a jaw going. Maybe kind of elongate that a little bit. Get his little beak sticking out a little bit further. There we go. That looks nice. We're gonna fix up all those weird tangent lines later. Okay, squish that a little bit. All right, perfect. Get that tail in there. Have it. It's part of the body. It comes right from underneath him and goes out towards the back. All right, so we're gonna connect that to the bottom of the body. And kind of work on this shape here a little bit. Get the body, this nice little potato bottom, just how we want it. Alright, we got a leg that's a little thick. We're going to fix that in a minute. Got those legs on there. The big thunder thighs, chin whisper. And, okay, time for pointy little toes now. Alright, that's looking much better. Now this leg is way too big. We're going to shrink that down a little bit, kind of compare. It's be a little bigger than the other one since it's in the front and the other one's in the back. I'm going to fix that body edge there. Get working on this foot that's going to, which way is that going to come out? Let's try straight out's good, but more flat. Just get some little toenails coming out right there. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Make it a little bigger, so it's bigger than the other leg. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Fix up that body, it's a little wide. Cut up some of these lines here. Alright, we're about ready to do the arms. Let's get this little belly on here. Shrink this down a little bit. It's a little big still. There we go. That's looking good. Yeah. Charmander needs to be proportioned correctly. Well, this guy looking good, like the cute boy is. All right, let's throw this arm up in the air. Let me doing a little chip sniffer dance. Got his little fingies, his sharp little fingies for scratching. Get this You see, we drew the spawn point of the back arm kind of behind so that we can make sure it's in the right spot. And we got our little flame, and we're about done with our sketch here. Then we can move on to the lines. Well, that's a good looking charming boy. Okay, so let's get our lines going here, see what we need to fix up. And we can pretty much just follow what we got here. I like the sketch we started with. We're gonna cut in a little in places. We're using the smaller lines. We're gonna have to make some decisions about where they go. That's looking good. And this little tongue kind of, it's a fire, so we're not going to fully line the fire. We're going to use our colors for that. And here we go. We're going to take colors from our reference and shrink those arms a little bit. They're looking a little wild, a little too big. Oh, now we can add our colors in. We're just doing base colors first, each on individual layers. Go ahead and smear the eyes, get them looking nice and pretty. Fill in the base colors on those tail. And now we can add in some shadows. Coloring over our original colors with just a darker shade and some highlights. And we're going to blend those a little bit to make the edges on the shadows a little softer. And do that all over the body and get the tail here. And alright, and there's our little charmy boy, alright? That's Charmander, alright? He's looking good. It's not perfect again, but I'm happy with that. We've got a good looking flamey tail. He's doing a little dance or something. Maybe it looks like he's about to do a little cartwheel or something. So alright, let's look at our other sketches. Before I embarked on that journey you just witnessed, I did a bunch of silly little sketches. I drew Charmander in different poses, facing different directions, with little stylistic differences. Got different eyeballs here, and I'm not doing separate lines and everything, just kind of cleaning up the sketch. Got his little balled up fists. This is an angry Charmander. Alright, then we moved on. We got one from the back. Alright, this is a battle. This is a back sprite, Charmander. Okay, he's getting ready to fight someone. Because we all know Pokemons, they do lots of good battling. Okay, that's where we make them part of our team and they help us overcome our challenges. And that's one of the reasons why we love them. We love those little Pokémons. Okay, so yeah, happy with that. Let's move on. This one, we're gonna kind of go for like a sort of a top-down kind of view, where he's looking real serious. This one's maybe getting ready to battle, or maybe he's just watching the news and stuff's going down. I don't know. Here we go, and we're gonna do one more on this one just for fun. This guy's doing cannonball into a volcano pit, okay? Because Charmander loves to have fun, okay? He's just a little boy. Alright, now this is how we do our serious shape studies here, alright? We're gonna color over it. We're gonna figure out all the dimensions, where the depth is, how it all works. Okay, he's got 3 dimensions. Okay, I keep telling you, listen. 3 dimensions. I'll count them. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Get all those separate pieces, and we can see a little wireframe. Now this one, we did a profile on this one because of Charmander's long beak. Okay, I struggle with the long beaked creatures. Alright, this is a good exercise to do to improve your observation skills, alright? You see, I'm doing a sketch, I'm lining it up, and then I'm making a copy and putting it over the reference so I can see what I did wrong, and then just by looking at that, I'm going to try to correct my sketch. And I make some improvement and switch it over and just repeat this process until I can see all the things that I'm not quite doing right. And that way I can, see what my eyes wouldn't normally see if I was just doing the drawing. See, I got the belly a little too far out, the back a little too far in. Just gotta make some slight adjustments and put it back over again, add new pieces. We're just gonna keep repeating this process, trying to judge distances between different pieces and try and get the proportions, not exact, but as close as we can. We want him looking good. We want this little boy to be able to fight. This hot little boy. Lizard, set him on fire. Charmander. Okay? Do our lines like we did before. We've seen this. And then, do some coloring. See this process again when I'm more trying to copy rather than do my own pose. Fill in the base colors. I think I like the fire from the other one better than this one, but that's okay. That's why we do it multiple times. We figure out what works better. We learn. That's how we learn. We practice. Just gotta, you want to be good at drawing Pokemons? To draw them a bunch of times. Draw them different ways. And you're going to see soon some different ways we drew them. That's looking pretty good. This one I drew just a little sketch. This is a Muppet Charmander. And that's with Sharpies. An ink pen. That's Happy Jumpy Boy. And alright, here we go back. Now we're doing traditional media. You know what I think about traditional media. It's pretty good. I seem to have less trouble getting proportions right with traditional media. I don't know why. But if you're having trouble with digital, try switching it up to traditional. If you're having trouble with traditional, get on the digital. See what your brain does differently with different stuff. Make a Charmander out of clay. I don't know. You'll learn. It's fun. Alright, we're just coloring this with colored pencils, as you can see, which is not a medium I use too often. But this was a fun one to do, and I'm happy with how it turned out. I think this looks like a pretty good little guy. Alright, and so there's our final product with this colored pencil drawing. I hope you like this video, and you do like and subscribe. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you, okay? And let me know in the comments who you want to learn how to draw Pokemons. Alright? Thank you for watching. Come again. Bye-bye.